Hello, welcome to Module B, Prepare Workbook. So you should have this one from Module A, so you don't have to redo it. It's called Fruit Sales, and depending on what year this was recorded, I have it as Fruit Sales 2023, and it has last name, first name, fruit, units, unit price, and total sales. If we were to print this, file, print, this is what you would have. It's pretty basic. So what we want to do is provide some formatting to make titles and column headings and information stand out and appeal to the target audience. So the first thing we could do, if we look at the font type, you can see it's Calibri 11, which is pretty small. So I'm going to hover in A1, hold and drag down and over. And for the font type, I'm going to select Times New Roman. So I could drag the scroll bar and go all the way down. Or if I start typing, it takes me to the T's and I can select Times New Roman. And then I'll select size 12, just to make it a little bit larger. Now, if you were to look at last name and first name, maybe you want to make them a little bit larger. So what you could do, I can see, especially in unit price, is just either double click so it widens just enough to fit everything, or you could manually, same thing with total sales, you could manually hold between the boundary of the column headings B and C where you see the double arrows and drag to make it larger. So you can do it whatever's best. Now, if you wanted to see what it was increased to, if I right-click on column A and choose column width, I can see that it's 11.44. So what I'm going to do is select the 3. So I'm hovering on the letter A and drag across so that they're all selected. And then I'll change the column width to 12 so they'll be consistently, A, B, and C will be 12. So they all are the same size. Do you want to do it for the rest as well? You can go ahead and select. Again, hold on the D with the down pointing arrow. Right click, column width, 12, and OK. So they're all the same. For the units, if you wanted to, you could put them in the center. And that's an alignment, and you can center the units. And I like to keep the unit price and the total sales right aligned, but I would like them, because they're both price and sales, to have the accounting number format so that it's aligned with the decimal places. Next, what I'd like to do is somehow make the row 3, the column heading, stand out because they match the data itself. So I'm going to hover over A3, hold and drag across, so I'm selecting all of A through F. And then you can make maybe it a little bit larger. So if you want to go ahead and size 14, maybe put it in bold. Notice that bold is highlighted in gray, so it's turned on. If you wanted to, it's like a light switch on and off. It's called toggle. Now it's off, on, italic. I'm probably not going to go with underline, so I'll leave that off. But I will center them so that the column headings are centered. And then I want to choose a font color. So I'll go with a dark green, and the shading, which is the background of the cells, I'll select a light color. So you have the shading, it's in bold, and if you click, you can see that it's bold, italic, Times New Roman 14. You can go in here and see the color font I chose. You can go here and see the shading that I selected. So now we have, it stands out a little bit more. For the title, again, it matches the same size as the data. I'd like to make it larger. So if I just click this right here, which is increase font size, it'll do it gradually, like increase every 2 points. So I can keep doing that as well. I can go in and change the font color and then maybe add shading. But notice it only does it to A1 because that's where the content is. There is nothing, if I click B1, there is nothing in B1 or C1, but it looks like there is. So it's just all in A1, but because it's so large, it appears to take over more cells. So the best thing to do is, and what we probably would like to do is put so that it's above or in the middle of through A to F, so it's centered above the entire data list. So I'm hovering over A1 and I'm going to hold and go all the way to F. That's as wide as the column of data. And I'm going to click, this should say merge and center, and it, instead of them individual cells like this, A, B, C, D, it's all one now. If you wanted to get all your individual cells back, you could just click unmerge and it's back to individual cells. But I want to have them all one. And now it's centered above the entire data. Now, if you notice over here, this dotted line, what that means is all of this up to G will print on one page. Anything else after H, I, J would print on a separate individual paper. So let's take a peek at this. So File, Print, and it all fits on one page, and you can see that it's a little more professional looking, and it'll your target audience it'll appeal to them. The title stands out, the column headings stand out. You have the unit price and the total sales in accounting format style. We'll go back. Now I would save this. You can save it as the same name as fruit sales, or you can leave this so that you have the original one. You could file, save as, and type in fruit sales space formatted. So you have the original version and this version, but you need to have two, at least the updated one saved, which is this one right here, for later use. Thank you.